I want to talk to you guys today about working with natural stone tiles. They can be a really big asset when designing your space, but you have to understand a few things about it. First of all, when you're working with the natural stone tiles, you have to understand above all else that it is a natural material, meaning the earth made it, and therefore they're not all going to be exactly the same. You've got to sort of embrace that. So right here I've got two stones. I've got a travertine and I've got a granite right here, both beautiful natural materials. In the granite right here we've got this one, it's called Antique Brown. It's completely gorgeous, but it's a little more consistent. You don't have all the stripes, all the different colors. It's pretty uniform, and you're only going to notice that each tile is different from the next if you're down on your hands and knees inspecting each one. If this is maybe a little too dark and you like something a little bit lighter, then you go into the travertines. For instance, I've got this one right here, where you still have a lot of beautiful veining. You've got interesting lines. It's a lighter color, but there's a few things with the travertine that you're going to have to understand. You're going to have large portions of the stone that, when it was mined, were empty holes. If I flip this tile over, you're going to see all the pits and crevices in it. That's what the stone naturally looks like. So when you open the box of tiles and you see the portions that are going to look like that, again, just relax. It's part of the stone, it's part of the look. When you have the entire floor done in it, you're not going to notice each individual tile with the specks. You have to sort of step back, take a look at it, and appreciate the overall look of it. The other really cool thing about working with the natural stone is it lets you cut it up in different shapes and sizes, create different patterns. For instance, right here, we've got one stone that's been sliced up and turned into sort of a parquet pattern. You've got a lot of different color variations, and no two sheets will be exactly the same because it may be that the gray portion of the slab that got cut up got dispersed throughout. Maybe some sheets are heavy in the gray and the others are heavy in the white. It's going to be really up to either yourself when you're laying it or your tile installer that they take the extra time necessary, look at all of the different tiles and lay it out in a harmonious, even pattern. The other thing is it's a little bit fragile. If you drag a really heavy couch across it, a really heavy chair, it's going to scratch it. And unfortunately, what's done is done. There's no repairing that. If you can embrace all the different rules and requirements that go with a natural stone and get past it, it's beautiful. You'll have a space that will be timeless. It will never go out of style because the earth made it, and therefore, unless you go maybe hot pink, which it exists, it's going to be pretty timeless.